Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of Deck Pilot. This time I'm going to be taking one of my favorite decks for a spin on the ladder, and that is the red-blue bargain control deck. I really love this deck. I made a kind of janky version on stream not too long ago, which ran like the King Magnus and Baron Fulgur, but it was kind of cheesy. This is a much more refined list, much more competitive as well. And I've had a lot of fun playing this deck recently. So let's get into the match and let's see if you will enjoy this deck too. Alright, so this deck is really cool. I've really enjoyed it on stream recently. So I hope I get to show you its potential in this Deck Pilot episode. So as I said in the Deck Doctor, I just want my Gatherers. I'm willing to throw anything away for them. And then we have a Spring Mochi and a Windfall. So this does make the hand a little different, because depending on what my opponent's doing will depend if I just wait for Windfall. Windfall is going to take 4 turns. Since it's nerf, it's been bumped up to 10 Faeria just to make it slower. Now it looks like my opponent's playing Burn. That's what I'm thinking off the bat. So Mochi's really vulnerable to Cypher's Wrath, so I don't want to play her just yet. I think I'm going to hold off and start going for Mountains next turn. And if he produces a lot more weaker creatures, I can just Windfall into Garadan on turn 4. And this is a slow controlling start. And this is Grimguard, so this is definitely a bird deck. So this gives us plenty of time to kind of do what we want. I could even just start putting pressure with land, because I don't want to Garadan just yet. So even though we've gone for both sides, I think the one deck you kind of change your game plan for is if you're going up against Burn, because you can't really sit back and wait for them to come to you, because they're not going to come to you. They're going to sit there and kill you from a distance. So I quite like... I'm even thinking double neutral into Mountain. See, I want a Mountain here. Mountains here are great because it's a good Garadan spot because he double collects on the following turn. So maybe I just Mountain here. And then next turn I Mountain here. And then I Windfall into Garadan if he's got enough smaller creatures for me to want to kill. Derelict Tower, meh. So I might just Garadan this anyway. Could go for a battler. I don't know. No, I like Garadan a lot more. And in some decks, it's a little tougher to invest a Garadan because it may be your only area effect removal. But in this deck, you pack 3 Firestorms as well. So one Garadan. What's one Garadan between friends, right? We got Firestorms to back it up. We got double tower business going on here. This guy's wanted to kill me as fast as possible, so let's move up. Bam. Give him a smack in the face there. And we'll just drop an Ogre Battler. And this is where Burn really struggles. Now he's got a 6/9 next to his face. What on earth is he going to do? Start pinging it with the towers? He's going to have to race me now on damage, but I'm on 15 health, and I have a Garadan, and I have an Ogre Battler waiting to start just smashing him to pieces. Yep, he's going to go for the race, and oh, he's going to go for Ciphers. Okay. I can handle the Ciphers. So again, a lot of Mochis. A little unfortunate. Go for a lake. And time is something we do have, I believe, at this point. We could just smack this tower this turn. We can push 6 damage this turn, because these 2 towers are going to deal face damage, so I think it's completely reasonable to kill a tower. Mochis are a little dangerous to play just because of Cypher's Wrath. It accelerates his win condition. So let's just hold off. And if we need to, we can make another lake to play Archon. The Grimguard's probably just going to try and soak a hit this turn. But alternatively, we can have 8 Faeria next turn. We just drop another Ogre Battler, and then he has 2 6/9s to deal with, which puts him on a 2-turn clock. So yeah, see this? He's just going all face now. He knows there's a lot of damage coming his way. We're not in the clear by any means. He could pack a lot of foot plane bursts. This was really strange. I have no idea why he has gone for this line. So let's punch for 6 and play Ice Rock for lethal. And I guess we can go for Faeria, just so we can play an Archon next turn. And there we have it. So that should wrap it up. I don't think a burn play can really do much in this situation. He's not got any deserts down, so no Last Nightmare. He needs to throw 9 damage at each of them. 1 damage to soak up the protection, and the 8 health of the Behemoth, 9 health of the Ogre Battler. He can taunt. Yeah, he can taunt the Ice Rock. That's something he can do. Which is kind of stalling the inevitable here. He is going to punch this guy, and then he's just going to Flame Burst. Yeah, I'm just going to go face again with that. So, yeah, we don't have a Firestorm. We don't have enough Faeria for a Firestorm either. So we're dead to double Flame Burst, actually. This is a lot closer than I thought it would go. So double Flame Burst is his out. Most burn players do have it, unfortunately. But let's see if he has the stuff. Goes for the draw. That will have it, buddy. Be kind. Kind to the beatdown. If he had it, he would have thrown it at my face already. So he's trying to figure out other lethal options. But I don't think there is one. And there we have it. And that's what you kind of need to do in that matchup. You can't sit back. You'll just get chipped away. I'm kind of glad we did queue into that match, because it gives you an example of how you play that deck differently based on a specific deck you're going against. Alright, so let's get into match number 2. We're going up against a God rank player. Moist Grundle, very interesting name. So let's see what he is bringing. Could we have Burn in the last game? So maybe he's bringing something a little quicker, or maybe he's bringing a deck where we can play kind of around our orb and show you how this deck is usually played. So Lakes first, let's start off with these because we want to get the Windfall going. Turn 4 we have Windfall into Garadan. That's going to be a play we have available to us. But we'll get to see where this guy goes first. That's going to be a desert, so this could be anything. This could be Yellow Rush, this could be Yellow Archers, this could be Yellow Control. Desert Middle doesn't give you a lot of information. Unless he plays an Outland Ranger onto it now, I'm going to have no idea. So let's just drop the other lake and go from there. The Yellow Archers would be fine. This deck would wreck Yellow Archers. Triple Firestorm and Garadan, their Archers are not going to stick around. So if I haven't played against Yellow Archers with this deck yet, but it doesn't look like it's going to be Yellow Archers after all. We see a mountain come down. So it could be Burn? I don't know. You don't start on this line here as Burn. This is the mid-range line, so maybe it's some form of mid-red yellow. I've seen them before. They're not completely uncommon, but I'm fine with chilling if this guy's fine with chilling. So I'm going to go for the Garadan spot this turn. Get a Windfall out. And let's go for a Mochi to collect this side. Actually, we'll go for Mochi to collect this side. I'm expecting it to get removed. And let's see if he meets my expectations. I don't want to play these down until it gets buffed. And that's when I Garadan something. But right now, there's nothing coming down, so I have no idea what this guy has in his hand. It's hard to make a read when your opponent plays nothing, but I guess he might be thinking the same thing. He might be thinking, what on earth is this guy playing? He's just playing a control deck now. Just dropped a Mochi. Oh, okay, so it's red Yellow Archers. Now, this isn't an uncommon deck either. Oh, who's been playing it a lot recently? There's a player in God rank that I bump into fairly frequently who's been messing around with this deck. But that person does escape me right now. So this guy, don't want to Garadan it, to be honest. Not yet. I want him to invest a little more into the board before I start Garadaning fools. The Ground Shaker's fine. Let's just drop one of these. Gets a double collect, quite bulky, so it's going to stick around unless he has a Nightmare. You have a lot of Faeria and a lot of cards, buddy. So, oh, just going for a Nightmare, okay. Going to explore. Just push me for 3 damage. So the one thing this deck can struggle against is Zealous Crusaders. But what I found is Ice Rock Behemoths are really annoying, and he's just Nightmared a Ground Shaker. So I'm cool with that. If he wants to Nightmare the Ground Shaker, that's absolutely fine. I'm gonna go for a draw. Windfall, that is excellent, because that now allows us to play these Archons. So I'm gonna play, let's get one Archon down for now, and he can start shifting around here. So now if Grundle goes for an aggressive play, I have Garadan to support it. It's actually going to make an aggressive land. Interesting. I could have went for another Archon, actually. That would have been a terrible idea. Right, there's another Archer. Come on. Just play an Outland Ranger. Just one. What's one Outland Ranger going to do? He's not going to hurt anyone. No, he's playing patiently. Oh, I'm going to go for the Garadan this turn. Oh, this is a bit of a silly hand, right? So double neutral across here to stop him getting the well spot for his axe grinders. That's something Garadan's not going to hit. I can go for a bargainer to double collect this side. Oh, and it hits the Garadan. One cannot complain. So Garadan does get answered. I have a way to deal with it. I have 2 creatures that are going to double collect right now. I've covered this mountain so he can't drop anything aggressively. He can also collect from this side next turn if he needs to. If this survives, I can move up, I can lake, and I can play another Archon aggressively. Saggy. He was holding back on me. He's playing very patiently. He's giving me time, which is what I want as a control deck. Archers is more like a tempo deck. Takes advantage of the board, positions archers to get clears with flash wins and stuff like that, where it doesn't get killed back. So I feel like I'm ahead. The hands are roughly... He has more Faeria and more cards, but I have more stuff on board. More power on board. Maybe he has a really bad hand. I mean, he didn't do anything for like 4 turns. So that could be another thing. I'm just going to pass. That's fine by me. Get this other Archon down. Drop the Mochi on this side to collect. I'm going to leave Archon here to soak up arrows. So he can stop buffing his Crusader, but also start gaining Faeria as well. So now he has 2 6/6s contesting him. It's pretty rough. Yellow-red archers. Oh man. I wonder if he runs flamethrowers. Probably not. They're a little pricey. Runs a Ground Shaker. And that is something Garadan can answer. Maybe even Vampire. Maybe a Shaitan Vampire is in this list. Alright, Windborn Champion. He's gonna go for the face hit. Maybe another Prey? Or just wants the Faeria? Probably just wants the Faeria. Ciphers. Feels bad. So he's made some plays to get some pressure back and defend himself, but I need some good draws myself now. Law Thief isn't too bad, I guess. Because I have double Ogre Dance. If I draw some heavy stuff... that's not really what I wanted to see. Let's go for a draw. Firestorm. Well, let's get some bargains. Another bargain. Grand Shaker. Okay. Garadan, you can kill this guy. And let's kill Saggy. And then we can just chill. And I can move Bargainer next. Well, depends if I want to double collect. I want to get a mountain here ideally. Maybe the draw wasn't right. Maybe I should have considered the mountain this turn, because I could have dropped a Grand Shaker aggressively. So I feel that might have been a misplay. But we're not even at the real meat of the deck yet. We haven't even hit one Battler or one Behemoth. And we've seen one Nightmare already, so I'm feeling pretty optimistic my beefier cards will stick around. We got a Firestorm ready for any Archer overwhelming plays. Maybe a Saggy and an Archer comes down at some turn. With a Fanatic, we can just Firestorm the entire board off. But this deck's a lot more late game to it. It's got Champions, it's got Ground Shakers, it's probably got Axe Grinders. So maybe Firestorm isn't as effective. We see another Nightmare come down. Like, going for the face as well. That's rough. Well, I think I might just use Fire... Well, I don't need to use Firestorm, actually. I've got the Law Thief and the Ground Shaker to work with this turn. Might have Wind Soldiers. That would be painful. Well, we committed to the Ground Shaker line here. I'll go for a draw. If I'm lucky, I get a... do I have the... So I'm going to roll an Ogre Dance here. Okay, I have a chance for a Bargainer to go off to hit the... Wanted to hit the Ice Rock to get the Ice Rock here. Can't double Wind Soldier this turn, but he'll have some aggressive cards, I can imagine. So let's protect ourselves. Get the Ice Rock down aggressively. And let's make sure we can push a mountain up here next turn. Double Flame Burst is another thing I need to consider. Windborn. Is he gonna move? Moving to collect. fine. Taking the Faeria. I think it's fine to double Firestorm this. It seems a little crazy. I'm not gonna lie, it seems a little nuts. But the problem I have is I want to make sure he can't Wind Soldier from here either. I don't want him gaining any Faeria. And I'm gonna move moving Bargainer. Does that make any difference? Yeah, let's move Bargainer up and let's cover this desert. We're on 5 health and we're just holding on, and we're starting to get into the real meat of the deck. Getting these Ice Rocks, getting these Ogre Battlers. I think I should have moved this a turn earlier to set up lethal for this turn coming up, because he would be here. I'm going to zip Archon back here unless I need to make a play. Because I can quad collect this turn and I can play Ground Shaker here. He's used 2 Nightmares. So I don't think there's going to be a way he can come back. Unless he has double Flame Burst. Nope. And that's going to be it. So yeah, that's the red-blue bargain deck. I absolutely love it. So I hope you guys enjoyed these matches. And that wraps up this episode of Deck Pilot. This is the first real control deck I've done for Deck Doctor and Deck Pilot. So I look forward to looking into Wish decks in the future, because they seem to be the prime control decks. But right now, this red-blue bargain control deck is very competitive. So be sure to try it out if you do enjoy control decks. And in future episodes, we'll investigate more control decks, including the new Voice of Hunger green deck that's kind of been floating around. If that sticks around for the next few weeks, I'll definitely look into it. And if you want to see that deck featured, be sure to check out Deck Pilot Episode 6, where I take it on with Yellow Rush. Thank you very much for watching as usual, guys. Be sure to leave a comment if you have any questions or just any thoughts about these videos in general. A like would be greatly appreciated. And of course, follow us on our social medias, as well as check out playfaeria.com. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Take care. Have a great day.